ChatGPT is destroying Google. Apple is redesigning the MacBook Pro. Prada, yes, the fashion company, is now working on a space suit. And much more on today's video of Weekly Tech News. Hi everyone, I'm Abdul. Let's jump right in. So now let's start with ChatGPT is trying to destroy Google with the search feature. So ChatGPT is now rolling this new feature where you can search the web instead of getting the answer right away. Let's say for example you are looking for the latest iPhone leaks. And instead of you going to search on Google for a couple or 3 or 4 articles, you can just ask ChatGPT and ChatGPT will give you a bunch of answers next to the link source of them, where it actually goes to the actual article, summarize it and give you the answer right away. Number 2. Prada, the actual fashion company, is now working on a space suit. Prada and Axiom Space have showcased the AXEMU, a stylish space suit. Can you believe that? And here's the crazy part. It is set to be used by NASA on their Artemis 3rd mission to the moon, scheduled in 2026. It is engineered to survive the harsh environment of the lunar South Pole. The suit includes helmet equipped with lights, HD camera, and 4G LTE communication capabilities. I think this collaboration could start a new trend in luxury space suits, which is crazy to say right now. But either way, space is looking like it's going to be for the rich for long. WhatsApp is adding a new feature. It is called Lists. So what is Lists? This feature will allow you to categorize people. For example, you can have a list for neighbors, list for friends, list for family, a list for school, a list for anything, for best friends, anything like that. So you can actually keep track of each category. For example, you want to go to your neighbors list, talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends, talk to your family. You can just find them easily. I found this feature very cool and it is going to be rolled out very soon, so expect that coming soon. Moving on. Google Maps is getting a huge AI update and I find this update amazingly helpful. Let's start with a set of features. First of all, we got this feature called Immersive View for Routes. This feature will allow people to view their journey in a multi-dimensional view where they can see buildings, streets, trees, cars, anything like that. This will be amazing. But here's the gig. It is not available on each and every city and country. It will be available on big cities only like Tokyo, New York, Amsterdam, Barcelona, but it will come to most big cities very soon. We have the second feature, which is Lens in Map. So Lens in Map will use AI and augmented reality will use your camera to see the surrounding area. So when you are driving around the city, for example, the camera will start seeing this is an ATM, this is a restaurant, this is something like that, this is a shop, where it can see everything and give you a preview of it so you can know what your surroundings are. This also will be available on most cities very soon. So the third feature is enhanced navigations with realistic visuals and lane details. That's especially helpful for complex roads. You know, when you miss a turn by mistake, you know, you could drive 20 minutes to get back to where you were. So that will be helping with that. And I'm loving this update already. Moving on. So at number 5, we have this image of the new Samsung foldables that are coming next year. It is an image that is circulating around X and it looks the same as the current ones. Nothing major about it, and it is early to confirm it is fake or real. What do you think? Do you think this is fake or real? Apple is actually thinking of skipping yearly releases, and the main reason for that is they want to focus on innovation and updates as well. Why? As we all know, with this new iPhone 16 release hasn't got any big upgrade on big difference other than the new chip, which is faster of course, but as a phone overall, if you put the 15 and 16 next to each other, you wouldn't find any difference. The big promise for the iPhone 16 was Apple Intelligence, right? But Apple Intelligence actually didn't come with the phone. It will be released by coming updates, which we didn't see yet. So if Apple consider this move, we will be waiting for the iPhone 17, for example, for 2 years, where it will have a massive update, massive upgrade in cameras, in hardware, in software, in everything. Let's see how this goes. Moving on. At number 7, we have Samsung is actually thinking about releasing a slim device. It is not confirmed if it will be from the S25 family or a whole lineup by itself. But if it was with the S25 family, it will be called S25 Slim, which is a reasonable name, but I am curious what the name will be if it was a whole other series. So the main drive of this device is having a phone that's slim, sleek, and flagship material, flagship components. But I'm curious about the heating problems, as the Snapdragon 8 Elite is having some issues right now. The Snapdragon 8 Elite is having a huge thermal issues. So Realme, the company, just released their flagship phone, the GT7 Pro, which is one of the first devices that uses the Snapdragon 8 Elite, and this device is struggling with heat. So the heating problem is becoming obvious during the benchmark tests. So it is not known if the cooling system on that Realme GT7 Pro is the problem, even though it has a large vapor chamber cooling system. And some people are speculating that the GT7 Pro might be manipulating benchmarks, which might be the reason of the overheating. Either way, this should be looked at. Moving on. So Oppo and OnePlus are working on a 7000 mAh battery capacity with a new high silicon technology. This technology will allow greater capacity with the same exact size that we are working with right now. This definitely will mark the start of a new trend for Android devices, which is great battery performance, greater battery life, which I think next year we'll start seeing a 2-day, 1-charge phones. Moving on. So quick share. One of the biggest competes to AirDrop from Apple is now considered to be added on iOS and macOS to expand beyond Android, Chrome OS, and Windows. This actually could remove all restrictions on sending photos, sending videos, sending files between iOS, macOS, iPadOS, Chrome OS, Windows, and Android, which I think is pretty helpful. I would definitely benefit from this so much. Indonesia is blocking iPhones and Google Pixels. So Indonesia is actually blocking Google Pixel and Apple products due to non-compliance with local regulations requiring companies to register their product and services with the government. So Indonesia, the government is asking companies to register themselves in the country to ensure they are compliant with local laws. And as iPhones and Pixel phones fail to do this, they are banned. But please, can anyone from Indonesia confirm this to me? And this is one of the funniest things I've seen today. Do you guys remember the polishing cloth that Apple have released in 2021? Yes, the $19 polishing cloth. This one exactly. It now has an update. Can you believe this? A polishing cloth having a 1 GB update to support the new iPhone 16. This gotta be a joke. So we mentioned Apple so much in this video, and we are continuing to do so. Apple is now working on a new redesign for the MacBook Pro, but not the 2025, the 2026. It will focus more on making it thinner, as if the new MacBook Pro is not already too thin, and will work on a 2nm chip, the M6 chip, and also the display will change from mini LED to OLED. All of this is too early to confirm, as this is for 2026. But this was circulating around the internet. Do you remember when everyone was talking about a cheaper version that's coming for the Apple Vision Pro? This is now delayed until after 2027. The original plans were to release a more affordable version of the Apple Vision Pro, but the plan have been pushed back. The reason why is they are focusing on a new version of the Apple Vision Pro, which is the Apple Vision Pro 2 that's coming maybe next year. Well, that was the weekly update for y'all. Let me know what do you think about this series, and let me know what do you think about this week's news, and we'll catch you next week.